The human-animal bond is a powerful force. It enriches lives and it highlights the importance of being compassionate and empathetic toward all living beings. And for me, that's how I want to live my life. It's actually how I want to be remembered.
I went into animal sheltering because it was a great way to give back to animals in more difficult situations, and it's so rewarding to be able to see them whenever they find a loving home, to be able to come back to the community hospital here at Pet Network and just see how much they've grown and how much they give back to their family. Crissy is a young, small French bulldog that we actually pulled from an overcrowded shelter in California. They reached out to us knowing that she needed medical help. We were expecting her to have a skin infection and a couple of things going on, but when she arrived, her condition was way more severe than we had initially thought. When we got a closer look, we realized that she wasn't able to open her mouth. That's very severe for a number of reasons. Not only was she having a lot of difficulty eating, it was causing a lot of issues. What struck me is how can this dog be so happy and just love people with everything that she had gone through. Based on the x-rays and the exam we did on her mouth, we suspect that she was injured as a little puppy and her jaw was broken. But then when the jaw tried to heal itself, it actually fused. However, she was able to survive by sticking her tongue out in the corner of her mouth and getting some food that way. The x-rays that we got did not give us enough detail of what happened to her jaw. And so we started calling around to hospitals in Reno and Carson trying to get her advanced imaging, which is a CT scan. And it actually took close to a week to get her scheduled for her scan. A CT scan would allow us to get more information because the animal can't tell us where it hurts. A CT scan would help us get down to the root cause of a lot of different issues. After Crissy's CT scan, we realized that she needed an advanced surgical procedure to her jaw. And so for her to get surgery, we had to do a tracheostomy. That's an incision in their throats to give access to their airway because we couldn't open her mouth to get any airway access there. What the surgery required was that we re-break her jaw, take out some bone to make sure it doesn't fuse back together, and stretch out some of the tendons and muscles that had been contracted as she grew up. It was a very stressful surgery, and it took several hours, but in the end, she had mobility back in her jaw, and we saw her a couple days later starting to use her jaw to pick up food.
With the medical team that we have on staff and our shelter team that we have on staff, animals like Crissy get that second chance to go from being unhealthy to getting healthy and getting adopted and then bringing so much love to a family. And we get to be part of that. I feel so honored to work with the team at Pet Network and this community.
One of my proudest moments here at Pet Network is getting the community hospital and shelter accredited with the American Animal Hospital Association. This association sets the gold standard of top-notch care across the country, and we're the 11th shelter out of 4,000 in the United States to reach this accreditation.
We had a vision to be the shining star on the mountain, to be a model and responsible shelter, to bring high quality, high touch, affordable care to our community pets. And that vision is quickly becoming a reality.
I think Crissy represents the amazing work that we can do. She is just one example of animals that are in need and one example of the level of care that we can provide here. I would love to have everyone's support to see how far we can take this.
Together, we are truly changing shelter and community medicine, and it is an honor to be part of this ongoing story.